What's going on, guys? DZRCKS here, back with another drop in knowledge. This time I'm going to talk about facials. If you're new here, consider subscribing for plenty more content just like this. Drop in knowledge, how-tos, musicality Mondays, everything to help you grow as a dancer and have fun with your boy along the way. With that said, let's run that intro. Let's bang right into it. Facial! So, facials are an important thing. I feel like it's an underestimated thing. So I just wanted to give you guys a couple of tips on how to have better facials when you perform and make sure that you don't look dumb while you do it. So the first tip that I have for adding facials and having better facials is to add your facials as you learn the piece. I literally can't stress that enough because not enough people add the character as they're learning, or add the facials as they're learning. They think, okay, now that I got the move and I learned the entire piece, now I can add facials. But dance is with your entire body, and if you're not adding your facials as you're learning, you're not using your entire body. So you need to be adding the facials as you learn. If they do some kind of grimy kind of piece, don't just, okay, I'll add facials later. It's not going to work. It's not going to coincide with what you're feeling. So as the moves come to you, once you get that feeling, add that facial to it. Add that expression of the movement and your reaction to the movement, and just say it on your face. So tip number one is add the facials as you're learning. Add your character from the start. Number two, I kind of went into it already, but you want to add emotion. Each facial that you're adding to the movement should coincide with how you feel or what it is that you're trying to project. Let's say if it's obviously if it's a sad piece and a sad kind of drag in, you want to have this kind of like low down, I'm meant to cry kind of, feels piece collegiate teams are continually doing. But you want to add those facials that coincide with the emotion of the piece. If it's supposed to be hardcore, you're supposed to be super thug. Even if you're not super thug, just put a face on that seems like it's super thug. You know what I'm saying? Adding that emotion to it is important. So depending on the piece and depending on what the choreographer says, whatever the emotion of the piece is, you want your facials to coincide with that. If it's supposed to be a sad piece, you can't be out there. It's just not gonna work. You're gonna look dumb. And you're gonna be like, everybody else is so sad, but that nigga chilling. So make sure that you're matching the motion of the piece with your facials. And the last tip, super basic, but if you're having difficulties with what to do with your face, you can always use this old school trick, and it's called reciting the vowels. A, E, I, O, U. Most of those are kind of the same, like A and E. Like, you don't really make too much of a different face with it. So, but you have this A, like this smile, like A, it's kind of cracking. O is like this surprise face, like oh snap, A. And then U is more of just like this U. You're protruding. It's kind of like you. You can put it to the side. A, E, I, O, U. So just reciting the vowels. Old school trick, super basic, but it does help you get used to changing your facials and applying different ones as you go through it, just so your face doesn't stay the same. So practicing those vowels, A, E, I, O, U, gives you different facials and different works of your muscles to get you used to doing different things at that time and having different facials. Yeah, the thing about facials is that they're super important. You got to make sure that you're doing them because you have to dance with your entire body. The only part where facials aren't important is in roboting, but in the end, that stale face, that face here with the glasses, that's in terms of facial, because that stare gives you that robotic feel, and that's what facials are supposed to do. They're supposed to add to everything that you do here. So go through those tips again, practice them, practice the A, E, I, O, U, practice showing your emotion on your face and figuring out what your face is doing, and figuring out how you can apply that to your dancing, so you can really apply emotion to your dance, so people can really connect with you when they stare at you right in the face. So that's where everybody's looking. Nobody's really looking at your chest when you're dancing. Everybody's looking here. So you want to make sure that you're giving them a show right here. Just as important as the rest of the show, that's there. With that said, thank you guys for watching this Drop in Knowledge. Hit that thumbs up button if you liked it. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you want the next Drop in Knowledge to be, and I will get working on it. And as always, go ahead and subscribe if you're new here for plenty more content just like this one. Drop in Knowledge, how-to, Musicality Mondays. With that said, I'm DZROCKS. I'm out. What's going on, you guys? DZROCKS here, back with another Drop in Knowledge. This time I'm going to be talking about this surprise face, like, oh snap, hey, oh, oh. Dragon, you want to have this kind of like low down, I'm meant to cry kind of, feels piece collegiate teams are continually doing.